Beth Griffith-Manley is the daughter of Johnny Griffith, one of the legendary Funk Brothers, responsible for the Motown sound. She's made her own name, releasing her debut single, Pillow Talk.
I always imagined a night like this. Now it's really happening.
Beth tours as a background singer for Kem, just as she did for Anita Baker. She was Whitney Houston's stand-in on the movie Sparkle and sang on Dancing with the Stars.
I have nothing if I don't have you.
Tony Frost is an up-and-coming singer best known for his roots in gospel music. His debut album is called As Long as I Live.
Pressure all around me and everything is going wrong, but you still find a way to make me smile.
Tony and Beth have known each other's families for a while, but they met for the first time because of their Detroit duet performance on the Fireworks.
I think as a little girl, listening to my father play. My father was a piano player, Funk Brothers of Motown, Johnny Griffith, and he played the piano every day, day in and day out, and I would hear it, and I just wanted to be a singer. I didn't want to play, I just wanted to sing.
I come from a family of singers, so my family actually had a gospel group, and I started singing with them when I was about 10 years old, but I didn't take singing serious until my early 20s, so I've always been around music my entire life.
I actually do. I was in junior high. I went to Beaubien Middle School, Beaubien Junior High, and my choir teacher, Cheryl Valentine, who I still communicate with to this day, she pulled me aside and she offered me a solo. And I was like, I don't know how to sing solo. I was used to singing in a choir in big groups. And she gave me my very first solo and told me I had a good voice and that I needed to pursue singing, and then I continued from then on.
I was singing in front of our church, and I was extremely nervous. I was so nervous that I actually hid behind the podium in the pulpit, so nobody could see me, but they could hear my voice. And a lot of people just told me that I did a really great job. I didn't believe them, but that was the first time someone gave me positive feedback that I can remember.
It's exciting every night. I think even though you're doing the same show or this show changes slightly, just getting dressed, doing your makeup, doing your hair, and you know people are out in the audience waiting for the show. And I think my favorite thing is when the crowd hears that first note and they're waiting for the artist to come out. And when the artist first comes out, they cheer and they stand to their feet, and I think that's my favorite moment of the night. Each show, I get excited every time just to hear that. I think that the biggest misconception is that it's all lights, all glamour, that people are serving me food and fanning me and feeding me grapes. I think that's the perception people think. It's not that. It's early mornings, early flights, late nights. Sometimes there's no food. Sometimes there's food and it's nasty and it's gross, or there's, you know, it just depends. The average day for traveling may be that I may not even get in the bed till after midnight, or 1 or 2 in the morning. And then my flight leaves at 5. And then I get to the next city and there's a sound check. And then by the time you get back to the rehearsal, by the time you get back to the hotel, there's only time to maybe grab something and get dressed and go do the show. I mean, there's no resting, there's no relaxing. I'm not touring the city, you know, none of that. I don't even see the city a lot of times. You go in, you do the job, and you come out. And I think people don't understand. They're like, oh, you get to go to all these wonderful places and see all these wonderful things. And I'm like, I haven't seen anything. You know, I've barely seen the hotel. You know, you barely see the shower, and you get dressed and you go. So it's, you know, it's not as glamorous as people think it is.
So many. John Mayer, Taylor Swift. I love India Ari. I love all types of music But those singers are the ones that kind of stand out to me because I'm actually a writer as well. So I listen from both perspectives, a writing perspective as well as a singing perspective. So singers like that, Brandy, of course, Usher, Marvin Winans, which is a gospel singer, but my favorite vocalist all time, Marvin Gaye, hands down, and Sam Cooke right behind him.
I think the Detroit music scene is awesome. Recently, we did a tribute for Aretha Franklin, and it was amazing with all of the Detroit artists that came together to honor her. I think Detroit is so talented and so underrated with all of the artists that we have here, and I'm looking forward to, just like the days of Motown, that Detroit is back on the map and people respect us for the talent that is here.
I think it's like a melting pot of a bunch of different independent artists who have an extreme amount of talent, but who I believe are trying to find themselves. I think music is changing now, and it's more organic, and I believe Detroit breeds organic singers as well as writers. So I would say right now it's at a place to where I think we have a lot of great talent. It's just about getting that talent to the world so people can experience it.
I'm very excited to be a part of this huge event. I've been watching the fireworks since I was a little girl, and to be able to perform for the guests that are there, as well as the people on television, I'm really excited. I'm honored. I thank you guys, and I want you to call me back next year.
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. I can't wait. I wish it was right now. I'm super excited about the opportunity. I'm actually extremely honored that I'm able to be in the position to be able to sing in front of tons of people. You know, that's something I do not take lightly, but I'm extremely excited. I can't wait.
Watch Beth, Griffith-Manley, and Tony Frost performing as a Detroit duet on the Ford Fireworks Monday, June 26th, only on WDIV Local 4.